Hey y'all, happy Wednesday. Welcome back to the KMS podcast. That is the Killing Me Softly podcast. I probably will stop saying that eventually, but I like KMS. Sometimes I'll say it, sometimes I won't, but whatever. We're new over here, so we're just trying to get folks familiar, have them come in, kick back, stay a while, um, chill, possibly learn something, and because I'm learning and growing together. That's what's most important. But the last time I was on here, I said that my birthday was going to be in a week and a half, and I just am sitting here realizing that, girl, your birthday is in 2 weeks. Because like I said, I'm recording this on January 27th. And I was thinking to myself, girl, your calculation was way off in the last podcast. And that was because I recorded 2 podcasts that day. So I'm recording this early, but not as early as last time. So I'm only 2 days ahead of when this is scheduled to be released. So I'm grateful for proper planning and that I have scheduled this day to get the things done that I needed to do as it relates to content for the podcast and some other things that I'm currently working on. But life update. We're on day 27 of the 75 hard challenge. It's still going well. I'm still getting my 10,000 steps in a day. What I had not shared here was that I am with my church doing a fast, and praise God that that has gone well. And when you're fasting, a lot of stuff comes up. A lot of especially when the focus is being closer to God, there'll be a lot of challenges. For me, there have been some challenges that have come up, not challenges that came up to allow for growth, and I'm thankful for that. Just learning, and I think primarily for me, what I'm learning in this time is just me more, and my response to things, and what kind of sets me off. And I need to know those things. I need to be aware of those things so that those things can be corrected. For example, as we know, there's a lot going on in the world. There's a whole lot going on in the world. And I think in this season and in this time of this fast, what I paid attention to is the things I'm learning myself better, kind of like what I just said before, and the things that make me tick, the things that cause me anxiety and cause me to worry and cause me to overthink. And one of those things is scrolling on social media, specifically around politics and comments about things and just reading a lot of different things. And what I realized was probably Thursday or Friday of last week, I realized that I was starting to feel very anxious, which I said before here on the podcast is one of the things that brings on my heart palpitations from time to time is being anxious. And yesterday before church, I decided to go ahead and get my 10,000 steps in before church. So I got up early, went downstairs, walked on the treadmill, did my devotion while I was on the treadmill, and praying and talking to God. And clearly he was like, no social media today, right? And when I tell you, because social media is not necessarily problematic for me. Well, it does cause me to, it is a distraction altogether for me. Most of the time when I'm using it, it is a distraction when I could be doing something else, right? But it's during this time with everything going on, it has definitely been something that is been more of a negative because of the things that I'm reading and, opinions and this and that and all of that, up, down, all around. So yesterday when I I got up, I was like, no, nothing today. And did my workout, like I said, did my devotion, went to church, came home. I have a cabinet. I have a new coffee station that I'm currently setting up, which I'm so excited about. And I'll probably share a video on my coffee setup. But I had all of that. I sat down, and that cabinet took me, I think I sat down to put that cabinet together probably at about 1:30, and I didn't finish it probably till almost 5 o'clock. But it was a great distraction while I was doing it. I had TV going in the background, watching some shows and doing that, and just really, like, visibly, when I woke up this morning, I was in a place where I was like, of peace, in a place of peace. And so that's one of the things that I'm going to be very conscious of doing in this season, is making sure that when I'm on here, if I'm sharing things, or if there's something, if I'm coming on to share, I'm coming on to maybe check out people who are putting out content that will allow me to grow or will allow me to laugh or strengthen. And I have an hour time frame set to my social media, so that when that time is up, because when that time is up, it goes black, and I'm going to stick to that. So again, something that I probably wouldn't have paid much attention to had it not been for this season that I'm in turning down the plate, and then also being more aware, which is allowing me to be more aware of, my responses to things. So that's felt good. I mean, that felt really, really good for me to recognize. And that's going to be what I know for sure, is that I am going to fast once a week. Because for me, and I probably should add that to the list, because that's the title of today's video, is like, how am I managing in this season of transition? The 7 things I'm doing to manage in this season of transition. And that might be number 8. Is definitely fasting, and doing that on a weekly basis, and not just, during the beginning of the year, which is still great, which it's been amazing. Amazing because it's highlighted again my weaknesses and my opportunities for growth. So, so very grateful for that. So again, what are the 7 things that, plus 8, 7 plus things that I'm using to manage in this season of transition? And number 1 is my relationship with Christ. And relationship, like truly being in relationship with Christ, and it being a daily thing that I'm doing, just like I'm having a conversation with my husband and my son every day, because they're the closest people to me in this house. And how I would engage with them, how I would want to make those relationships better, would be by spending time, would be by having conversations, engagement, deep engagement. Those things are very important to me with my family. And so then that should be the same thing with my Father, my Heavenly Father, who I say is very important to me. So I have one of the things I'm really grateful for, because sometimes we really think that I always want to say I have thought that when you're spending time with God, it has to be done in a certain way. And that's totally and completely false. There's nothing wrong with spending time with God based on how you're able to do that. And one of the ways that I've been doing that is when I'm walking on the treadmill if it's a early morning walk, because usually I do like to do my walks early in the morning. And so that time when I'm on the treadmill, I'm listening to the word. I was doing the Bible recap devotion over the past year. And I'm right at the end of it. I have 3 days to go. I started late last year. My mentor was the one who shared the Bible recap plan with me. So I will listen to the devotion while I'm on the treadmill and listen to the scripture and then listen to the video that complements that. I'll listen to sermons. I'll listen to worship music. Really, just spending that time and hearing, and it's like feeding myself, strengthening myself, making sure that I'm starting my day off right. And what has been even better during this month of January is that our pastor has been coming on Monday through Friday, and he is doing a devotion. It's called Sacred Whispers. I attend New Life Church here in the area, and I'll leave the information if anyone is interested, because there's a PDF that you can, a PDF for every day. It's from, he only does Monday through Friday, but the devotion is for 31 days, and Saturdays and Sundays you read on your own. But there's, like I said, there's a devotion for every day. There's a song, a worship song that goes along with every day. And it has truly been a blessing. And I've been truly blessed by being able to pray Monday through Friday, corporately with my church family. So I've also going to start Bible study with a friend once a month. I have a prayer partner. Lost my train of thought. I have a prayer partner. Implementing study time on my own. Gonna pick 2 to 3 days a week that I specifically have to study. And I'm gonna start with 30 minutes. Because you gotta start where you are. I can't say I'm gonna study for an hour and I might need to start with 15. And that's Bible study completely on my own. So I might need to start with 15, consistently doing that and building up, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with 15. And so as I'm sitting here talking, I'm thinking about, not only am I sharing with you how I've been managing through this transition, but then the next video will probably be specific things that I share about, implementing this process. But how I've been managing to this point has been truly seeking God, truly seeking Him, truly relying on Him, and knowing that He brought me to this place and I'm right where I'm supposed to be, right? I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Number 2, taking care of my wellness. Y'all know I've been taking care of my wellness. I've shared that on here. I've shared it before on my Instagram when I did the first 75 hard, and now specifically my wellness, I'm focused on nutrition. I am feeling great. Weighing my food, drinking lots of water have been great for my skin, for my nails, for my waistline. It has been great. Excuse me, I had to sip some water. It has been great for me. I feel when I've finally gotten to the point where, because like I said before, I really like to do my workouts first thing in the morning. But now I'm so committed to myself and making sure that I get my steps done. Sometimes I say, oh, I'll do it later, and I'll just come in. Let me just do it. Let me get it out of the way. I have not been doing a lot of weight training this month, and that's specifically again because of fasting and really spending time with God and really trying to not exert myself physically too much and using up too much energy because I didn't want to be super hungry, because when you're lifting weights, and like I said before, I like to lift heavy weights. I didn't want to be in a situation where, like, girl, you trying to manage this nutrition thing over here, and now you trying to lift weights, and you trying to fast, and da 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 da, and I'm like, you know what? For now, I'm focused on making sure I'm getting my steps in, and then slowly but surely, I'll be incorporating my strength training back into my workouts. But that's what I've been doing during this season of transition. Spending time with God, taking care of my health and wellness. Because, you know, in a transition is difficult. There's nothing easy about a transition. There's nothing easy about your life just changing. And you have to have things in place. I had to have things in place that allowed me to be able to manage everything mentally, spiritually, and physically. I had to, so that I could continue to move forward and be at peace. These are things that I had to do. The third thing that I did was connect deeper with those closest to me. In this season of transition, my husband our relationship has grown so much more communication. Even with my son, just so much more communication. I'm making an effort to communicate more with the people that I love. My daughter, just really connect on a deeper level, because I'm a person that I've always been a person that would be in my head. Just be in my head. Ain't nothing going on up there, girl. Ain't nothing going up in there but rumination. Thinking about things over and over again. You know, and I need to hold tight to the people that matter the most to me. It's very important. But even through everything that I experienced last year, when those tears fell, it was my husband who saw those tears. It was my best friend who saw those tears. My prayer partner that saw those tears. I had to connect with people when you're going through a transition, because you could forget who you are. You can feel, you're like, oh my God, what has happened? And you need to have solid people around you to encourage you. Not people you don't know. Not people you don't know. You need the people that are closest to you to encourage you, because they already know the story. They know you on a deep level. So I had to connect with the people that were closest to me to find solace and to find strength. You have to have those people around you. Number 4, what I have been doing to manage my transition is remaining on schedule. I had to have a schedule. I mean, initially, when you're going through something, and, you know, when everything was upside down, you know, I had to allow myself the space to just be. And at times now, I still allow myself the space to just be. But also, my natural inclination is to be someone that's on a schedule, to have something to do. And my something was to work out, to do my devotion, to do this, to do that. I had to have a schedule that worked for me. I had to have myself a schedule, because if I had, when it was time to think, when it was time to sit, I did that. But when it was time, when I needed to get myself going, you know, it's like, okay, let's do this. let's go outside for a walk. Sometimes 2 days a week, I would allow myself to go on a walk. But I will always, taking my son to school every day, always getting dressed, doing something, even putting on some makeup to get myself to keep myself scheduled, to get myself going, to keep myself moving forward. I had to have a schedule. And it has been super helpful to me, even as I'm moving, even as my transition is kind of shifting. Another thing that I did is that I volunteered. I've been volunteering the entire time since I've been in this transition. I've been volunteering at my church either 1 or 2 days a week with our after school program, which has been such a blessing to me. Not only does it allow me to create even more community with members of my church and being able to get to know other people within people within my congregation that I might not have met, and then it makes you feel more connected. I feel so much more connected to my community because of the work that I'm able to do at my church. And then also to be a blessing to children within my community as well by helping them with their math and with their reading. That has been a part of my schedule as well. And it has been such a blessing because it takes the focus off of you and what you don't have and allows you to focus on helping someone else. And so that has been great. My fifth thing that I've been doing is new things, trying something new. One of the new things that I did during this transition, my best friend took me to Stone Mountain. We walked Stone Mountain. And let me tell you something. If it had not been for her, I probably wouldn't have done that on my own. Because she'd done it and she told me what I needed to get. We got like walking sticks. And to see all these people going up that mountain, I mean, it was amazing. And I'm so glad now I've been exposed to something new that I will do again. You get to see the top of the city. You get to see all around the Metro Atlanta area from the top of Stone Mountain. It's amazing. I really enjoyed that. Recently, for her birthday, we went to a paint splash class. I've never been to a paint splash class before. The last time I did, it's like the sip and paint where you actually paint with a brush to create a picture that, the teacher shows you how to do. So we went to a splash paint studio where you have to cover yourself from head to toe and you get to throw paint at your canvas. Super, super fun. And I cannot wait to go back and do it again. This past weekend, I went to a coffee connoisseur class. We were learning about coffee and the history of coffee and the different roasts. And my husband and I went to this event and it was really fun. So engaging in new activities in this transition has allowed me it's opened up my mind. Because when you have done things in one way for so long, when you've been on someone else's timeline and someone else's schedule, it's hard to shift. It's hard to think differently, and doing new things has almost been like a recalibration and has really ignited in me the creativity that's always been on the inside of me that I kind of pushed back and was like, oh, I don't need to do anything with that. When, yes, especially in this time, in this season, and everything that's going on in the world, I'm so excited for the opportunity to be creative and to create and do all these things that allow me to express myself differently than I have, right? So it's been so fun. It's been amazing. And again, in doing those new things, have fun. Have fun. In this season of transition, I have had so much fun. And really, I think new things and having fun go hand in hand. And sometimes they may not necessarily, go hand in hand, because sometimes there are new things that I want to learn that really challenge me. And so it may not necessarily be fun, but it's a new thing. So I think I'll leave them separate. I think that's okay. So yeah, have fun. One day my best friend and I went for a walk at a trail, and she brought bubbles. And she was like, girl, we're gonna blow bubbles, because life was lifing. And I'm looking at them bubbles. When I tell you, we had a ball skipping our 48-year-old selves, allowing ourselves to skip, allowing ourselves to be carefree and to have fun. And everything doesn't have to always be so serious, but we can tap into that little girl, because really and truly, a lot of us have been forced into adulthood sooner than we should have, based on our experiences, things that might have happened to us. And we really need to go back and allow that little girl to be a little girl and to have fun. Have fun. And we did that day. And it's just been so amazing to allow myself the space to have fun, to even watch silly shows on TV. Everything doesn't have to be serious, because if truth be told, I am a detective, war shooting, bombs type of TV watcher. And if it's about some, I'm specific about my crime shows, but everything don't always need to be that. And so even here recently, I was getting ready to watch something, and I was like, you know what? I don't really want to watch that. I'm going to watch something else. I'm going to watch something a little bit more lighthearted. And it's been great. So have fun. And my last thing I will share is dream. Dream. I have been dreaming, and my dreams are becoming reality. My dreams are becoming reality, because for so long, I would dream about doing other things. So long I would dream about doing other things. Oh, I wish I could do this. Oh, I wish I could do that. Just dreaming about it. Never say it, but cross my mind. And now I'm taking some of those dreams and they're becoming a reality. Why? Because I'm doing something about them. Dreams don't have to just be dreams. They can be a reality. They can be a reality. And so I'm so grateful for this season of transition. Like I said before, it's not always easy. It's not always easy. Every day is not a great day. Sometimes I'm like, okay, for real, isn't this enough now? I laugh when I see it's a meme about 2025 where I ask God to take me off of the what is it, to take me off of the strong soldier list or something like that. But the truth of it is, we don't need to be strong as long as we got him. Things hurt, but he gonna see us through. He is gonna see us through, and I'm gonna believe that. I am gonna believe that. But these are the 7+ things that I have been doing in this season of life to continue to move forward. Because just because things don't look like they used to doesn't mean that I stop progressing. It just means that I have the space and opportunity to do things differently. And if I will allow God to be God, he will see them through. He will see them through. Because I'm taking all of this and I'm leaning and depending on him and allowing him to guide. And he's doing just that, making my dreams become a reality. And I'm so grateful for that. And so, as always, I thank y'all for this opportunity, for this time together. It's always my prayer that something that I said will bring you closer to Christ. That's always my prayer. That something I said will bring you closer to Christ. So I hope you all have a great week. Take care. And I hope that maybe something in this list that I've shared will resonate with you and you can take it and use it in your transition, whatever that may be. All right. Take care. God bless. And I'll talk to you next week.